How y'all doing? It is time to breathe again on the latest Bofa Sports webcast streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So you see us together, Patrick and Charles. And Patrick, lots of games, lots of big games that happened during the course of last week. I guess there's a whole bunch of places we could go to as far as what caught your eye, but
Oh, dude, there's only one game that I'm just like, there we go. Who saw? Okay, how about this? I'm gonna raise your hand if you saw Carson Beck fixing to throw 4 touchdowns.
did you?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand, and then Louisville win that game.
So,
I didn't see Louisville winning that game. Now, here.
you mean 4 interceptions, right?
What did I say?
You said 4 touchdowns.
Oh, I was thinking about Gunnar Stockton.
Okay.
Threw 4 touchdowns. Plus, I'm tired.
I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah. Cool. All right. So, who saw Carson Beck throw 4 interceptions? Raise your hand.
It was
only
coming.
a matter of time.
It was coming. Yeah.
It was coming. Hey, I had to live through that crap for 2 years.
I think, you know what? Hey, I think I have some sound effects. Let's see. Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
Carson Beck, you throw 4 touchdowns, you go to Miami to get your stocks back up, and then you do that crap.
There it is.
For Carson Beck. That's the game that I would say, yo, Louisville showed up in Miami. Now, this is what I can't believe. Throughout the entire first 7 weeks of the season, if somebody lost to a team, how many times did you see them drop 14 spots? How many times did you see them drop 12 spots? Several times this entire season, right? Miami finally plays a team outside of Florida, minus the very first game of the season. So they finally play a team outside of Florida, and they're at home, mind you, and they lose to an unranked Louisville. How are they still in top 10?
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with that.
I don't agree with that either. Because if you're going to do it across the board, like if you're going to hit a team up, like who was it the first week? Texas. Texas took that hit, and they dropped pretty big.
Bama took a big hit.
There's another team that took a big hit. Notre Dame. Notre Dame took that big hit. And you know I don't like Notre Dame. I can stand that team. But that was way unfair for that team to drop that far. Now, ultimately they went 0-2 to start the season, and it was rightfully so. But that first week, for them to drop 14 spots, I can't accept that. Even from a Notre Dame team that I don't like, I just do not like them. You cannot drop a team that far. 14 spots. 8 weeks later, we all forget about that. And Miami only drops 7, whatever it was. And they lost at home to an unranked Louisville team. Now, I'm not taking anything away from that Louisville team. They're freaking good. They are good. They're what, 5-1 for a reason, 6-1 for a reason. They're a good team. But they were still unranked. And you lost at home. You should at least be 14th, 15th. At least. For them not to drop further than 9th, I was very highly disappointed in the way they handled that. But here we are. I'm just happy that my dogs took care of Ole Miss. Even though Ole Miss scored on their first 275,000 possessions. We're resilient, man. If I can say anything about Georgia, our defense sucks. Mostly because our defense coordinator sucks. Our offense is horrendous. Dude, did you see the 3rd and 24? What do we throw?
Bubble screen.
Or a wide receiver screen. Come on, dude. Bobo, seriously. You know how many screens? I will give Bobo this. I'll give Bobo this. We only threw it 5 times. That's a Jurassic like leap in the right direction. Other than that, Ohio State took care of business. Alabama, did their thing, and there was one other game. Arizona State beating Texas Tech. Now, with that being said, I was only a matter of time before I thought that Texas Tech was going to get beat. I didn't think it was going to be the Arizona State, but And then, dude, I mean, look, if I got anything right, how about Georgia Tech? Dude, they're for real, man. I'm scared. I'm scared to play that team in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Georgia Tech is good. Say that again.
And Vandy taking care of LSU at home. No, that was a good one.
Absolutely, man. And real quick, back to Louisville and Miami. Here's the thing with that game that I'm not sure people realize when it comes to those two teams. A lot of people who play for Louisville, they are from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly around the Miami area. Oh, even Lamar Jackson came from there. And so when they play each other, that is a pretty spirited game because in a lot of those cases, they're playing their old high school teammates. Maybe they went against each other in high school. And those people who go to Louisville probably got passed on by Miami in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So if they get the chance to play Miami, they're bringing
it.
Yeah. They're coming. And that's what you saw, man. And, it's interesting you bring that game up first, Patrick, because I was, and I'm sure you was too, when we did those picks last week, I was really considering bringing that game into there. I
did too.
Yeah.
I was too, but I was like, as spirited as that game would be, I was expecting Carson. Look, we all know Carson Beck's going to have a bad game. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Was it going to happen to Louisville? I didn't see that, to be honest with you. Now, I know at the beginning of the show, I was like, who saw that coming? And I raised my hand. Look, I knew it was coming.
Not this early.
Not to Louisville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, and again, I gotta say this very, very strongly. It's nothing against that Louisville team. They're good. I felt Miami was better. Not like crazy substantially better, like leaps and bounds better. I just thought they were a better team. And Carson Beck has been showing signs where he's taking care of the ball a lot better than he has in the 2 years of Georgia. But it just shows you that you can take the dog out of Georgia. But he's still going to, you can take Georgia out of the dog, but the dog might still throw a few interceptions. Sorry to say it, but it is what it is.
That's kind of like, man, fool me twice. You can't fool me again.
Exactly. I just didn't see it coming to Louisville. So I didn't bring that game up because I thought Miami was going to win that game. And if I was going to put a score to it, I was going to say something like Miami 30-17. I thought Miami would handle that game. I just didn't see Carson Beck screwing the pooch that fast. And he was just mistake after mistake after mistake. And he made far more mistakes than just those 4 interceptions. So, but yeah, I had to bring that one up first because.
And Louisville put Miami on the heels. Miami haven't been on their heels all year. Yeah. Miami's been playing playing ahead. And so they could continue to run the ball a little bit, have more balance, which is where Carson Beck could thrive if there is balance there. Louisville jumped on them 14-0. And right away, it was, I got to try to catch up. So now you're forcing Carson Beck to throw more times. You're forcing him to throw 35, 40 times. And
to the 25-27.
Yeah. And so now the chances of those mistakes, forcing those passes, because those intercept. Okay, the fourth one was tipped at the line, and the linebacker made a really good play to pick that off before it hit the ground and cinch that game away.
Mhm.
Those other three, bad decisions. Well,
Well, one was thrown behind, which was tipped. I think that was in the second quarter where the wide receiver went like this.
yeah,
He just laid his hand out, and the ball just kind of went up in the air. I was like, "Oh, you can't do that. You got to knock that down if you can't get to it."
yeah, it's a bad throw because it was way behind them, and I mean, I guess no,
that wasn't the pick six. Okay,
no. So I mean, but the first two was in the coverage. There was one where he thought the corner bit on the double move, but the corner sat there. The corner was in great position, and he threw it anyway. And so the other there was triple. Well, there's triple coverage. And he threw
one in triple coverage. He threw two in double coverage, and he threw that one that was a tip. And I you know what? And then I gotta say this: that Louisville corners.
Yeah,
man, what like ball control? Because all season you have seen the ball bounce off of somebody's hands and they go to catch it, and it's like they're butterfingers. You know what I mean? And this is every team across NCAA right now. They can't catch it. The only corners that I saw that were able to handle the balls after tipped like that were the ones in Louisville. So shout out to them corners and shout out to those safeties for having good hands in the secondary, because I haven't seen good hands in the secondary all season across all games. The only hands I've ever really seen that is like, well, yeah, is the yanking of the jersey, because I have seen more PI penalties this year than I think I have seen last 10 years combined. I don't think anybody plays the ball anymore. They just play the person.
Yeah, it's
hit them. And boy, let me tell you, I'm gonna go. I do got to say this. What a nail biter in Kentucky, first of all.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Your boys ain't tackling. They hitting. That's it. I mean, like, come on. You gotta wrap. You gotta wrap up. Come on.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah. The offense needs a lot of work. Special teams basically won that game for us in Lexington. Mm-hmm. The two punt returns really set up the touchdown and a field goal. The defense at least came up with the goal line stand in the overtime, and it's survive and advance, especially in the SEC. Y'all are just resilient, and Ole Miss. Yeah, but again,
hey, it's all right, Lane Kiffin. Lane, it's all right. You can't win those big games, just like Franklin. It's okay. Florida will still freaking hire you when Ole Miss fires you.
Yeah.
They're gonna want Lane bad.
Yeah.
But you better make look. I will say this to Florida. Make 2 phone calls first before you go with Lane.
We'll talk about them in a minute, just in a little bit, because I wanted to bring up the whole SEC pressure cooker that is happening.
Oh, okay.
Because coaches, I mean, you saw Sam Pittman get fired from Arkansas. Mm-hmm. Of course, Billy Napier getting fired on Sunday, and
I don't agree with though, but.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of iffy with that one, and we might have another change coming in Auburn. We'll see.
He's in the hot seat too.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze
is burning.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Before we do, let's get to this graphic real quick, and then we'll.
You made a comeback.
I sure did. And for that one, man, look, hey, I gotta go ahead and I gotta do another clap here. I almost put a laugh audience.
Oh yeah, give yourself an applause.
So you went. So yes, you went 5-1. So you had a banging week. I went 6-0. The game that was the decider, was the Utah BYU game. BYU won that one. You had Utah winning. And also on that exact prediction of final scores, you see the one by me because I got the final score right on the nose. 24-21 BYU winning. And now, Patrick, I'm back. I'm back. I thought we were going to have to forfeit this bad boy. It was about to be a mercy rule at the end.
Wait, hold on. Did you not add your points in?
I just put the one.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do that at the end of the season.
Yeah, so I got the one on the final scores, and then I got under there 3 points for exact prediction of final scores.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So right now, we're just the way you want to do it is we're going to stay with our prediction. So I'm 5 games ahead.
Yes.
Right now, but at the end of the season, we'll add our exact predictions up.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And so, yes, I'm back.
Well, right now, you're back.
I'm back.
I ain't giving you your 3 points yet until the end of the season. So you just hold on to your little one over there. You ain't getting that crap until the end of the season. So you ain't back yet. You're down by 5.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back like Texas. Yeah, you're back like.
Ooh, Texas might go away the way we did.
Hey, for preseason number 1, guess what?
Well, with that, let's look at this week's slate of games. And Patrick, of course, you go first since you are still ahead. So
No. That's not how we do it. You go first because you won the week. That's how we did it in week 1. That's what you said. I said it. I go first, and you go, "Yep," because you won the week. So don't pull that on me yet, Charles.
I didn't pull anything. I forgot what I said. I don't remember everything.
I remember it because I was mad. I had to.
You was mad. That's right. You was mad. That's right. All right. Yep. You're right on that. Okay. So
hey, look. Hey. Well, hold on. Say it one more time.
You're just trying to get a "you're right" from me again. I understand. You're trying to sit there. You just trying to make up for me getting that perfect score. I get it.
Yeah, dude. Hey, but you know what? I will say this. Way to kill that one, dude. Dude. Congrats on your perfect week.
Yeah.
So eat it up.
It's been finally I get a week because it's been 5 straight weeks.
Dude,
of
you have been going through it. So, hey, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. On a true note, I am very happy for you. You got your perfect week. Ain't happening again though.
Just say you just stay in the fight. You just continue to go after it, and good things will happen. Hopefully. Well, all right then. I will go ahead and I will go with. We'll just start in the SEC. Missouri and Vanderbilt, man. So, both of these teams, they have one loss. Both of them have lost to Bama. Bama kind of has everyone's number right now.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I tell you not to say, but you know what? Say those other things I told you not to say. Just don't say that.
Why not?
Because
it's true.
I don't care. Hate that. Alabama got all the wins to all the SEC teams, and everybody's got one loss. Hey, who did you lose to? Bama. Who did you lose to? Bama. Who did you lose to? Bama. Who did you lose to? Bama.
And so these are two of the teams that have that Bama loss, and now they get to play each other in Nashville. So I don't know. This might be. I don't know. Is this the College Game Day game?
No. I'll look it up because I don't know. I don't know who it is. I don't think it's Vandy. I don't think it's.
Yep. I know last week they were between the hedges. And I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're there.
It looks like they are heading to Vandy.
Okay. That's going to be a scene. Oh, that is going to be, if they are in Vandy, that is going to be a scene there in Nashville. My goodness.
Yeah.
So this game, huge, of course, in the SEC standings. Said both of them have one loss, and both are playing pretty good ball. Vandy, as you have mentioned, they're coming off a win over LSU, and they look pretty good in that game. I mean, they kind of controlled that game against LSU. And Missouri is coming off of a overtime win at Auburn. So this is I see this game being pretty close here. But I'm going Vandy, man. I just think Diego Pavia has that team believe in him and what Clark Lee is doing as the coach. You just have that team believe in, man. And I think they're going to run the ball well with Alexander. And they'll make enough plays on defense. I have Missouri winning by a touchdown. I'm going 27-20.
Hold on. You're conflicting. You just said Missouri. Which one are you going? Vandy or Missouri?
Did I? Where am I at? What is wrong with me? I guess the perfect week is gone in my head a little bit.
Yeah.
No, Vandy. I'm thinking Vandy. So yeah, Vandy 27-20. Got them winning by a touchdown.
Man. Okay. Yeah. College game day being in Vandy, down there in Nashville. What an that's interesting. Like when I don't think college game day's ever been there, has it?
I don't remember them going there for Vandy
either. But and I said this after Vandy won. I was like, man, is this team a top 10 team? Well, obviously they are. I'm gonna agree with you, man. There's not really much I could say that you said. I mean, I think Vandy is a good team. Pavia is just minus that game against Alabama where he threw 3 interceptions. He has just been on fire. So I'm gonna go with Vandy, especially being in Nashville and everybody and game day is just going to be pumped. Everybody's going to be like freaking.
It's going to be a party.
It's going to be a party. Yeah. I'm gonna go Vandy. You said 27-20.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a little tighter. I'm gonna go 28-24. I think Vandy's gonna do enough to keep Missouri from taking the lead late in the game. So 28. What did I say? 28-24. Vandy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really taking my score, huh? No, all right. 28-24 for you. All right. What's your next game or your first game this week?
I'm gonna go here because, man, you talk about. I think this is gonna be a game. This is gonna be a game. Like this is gonna be a game. South Florida and Memphis. This is gonna be a good game. Both of these teams 6-1. South Florida 3-0 in their conference, and Memphis is 2-1. They're playing in Memphis. Both of these teams are good. Both got good high-powered offenses. Both of them got really good disciplined defenses. They can win in multiple facets of every game. Man, I think that South Florida team is just better. I just think they're better. I'm gonna go South Florida. Let's go South Florida 33-28.
Okay. 33-28. I got you down for South Florida winning. All right. This is going to be a good game. It's that group of 5 who can
who wants it more?
Yeah,
who wants it more?
Who can assert themselves? I do think this is going to be pretty close as well. Memphis is coming off of a loss to UAB, and I mean, I was looking at this game. It was going back and forth, and South Florida's been looking good after taking the L to Miami. And of course, they went to Denton and destroyed my North Texas squad, my alma mater there. South Florida is looking good, but you know what? With it being in Memphis, I'm taking Memphis. And
I don't blame you, to be honest with you.
But South Florida,
that game go either way.
it could absolutely. South Florida is good, man. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this go into overtime. I mean, I think it will be one of those. Memphis is going to be motivated after losing the UAB. Maybe they were looking forward to the South Florida game a little bit, and they got caught. They got. But I think they can recover, and I think there's going to be some points scored in this one, man. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if this gets into the high 30s, maybe even low 40s. I will go 38-35 Memphis, because I think the offenses will be able to put some things together. In some cases, defenses could be optional with these squads.
Which is weird because defenses normally travel well.
Yes.
And South Florida's defense may or may not show up. It just depends on how well they travel, I guess.
Exactly. So I got 38-35 Memphis in this one, blowing it out. And I think for me, it's one of those games where if they were playing this in South Florida, I'd pick South Florida. But with them playing in Memphis, yeah, I give Memphis the nod here. Okay, so it is my turn. I'm gonna stay in the SEC and go Ole Miss, Oklahoma. This game will be playing. It'll be early, I guess, at noon, so 11 o'clock there in Norman. Ole Miss, as we mentioned, they're coming off that loss against Georgia, and I think, look, Oklahoma has a really good defense. I don't know if John Mateer and that offense can do enough because Ole Miss is going to score. Ole Miss is going to score some points. And if John Mateer can't come up with a way, and the coaching staff, they can't come up with a way to at least get into the mid-20s, I don't really see them winning this game, man.
Mid-20s?
Yeah, I mean, at least
30s.
Maybe, look, because Oklahoma's defense, I think, because Brent Venables, I think, can come up with a little bit of something to slow them down. But I just don't think Oklahoma's offense can really keep up with it. So I got Ole Miss winning. I'm going to go 30-17. I think Ole Miss kind of handles business here.
Look, Lane Kiffin is probably one of the best offensive-minded coaches in college football today. A personal opinion, and that's not taking anything away from Stark. Stark is he's a great coach, but man, let me tell you, Lane Kiffin be throwing some things out there that just like baffles me on how that's even legal. And then you're like, wow, dang, I don't know how you even pulled that play with 11 people. You need 40 to pull that play, and you pulled it off with 11. I don't know how he does it. Lane Kiffin is just like one of the most outrageous offensive minds of our generation, and the way he does it is just, to me, just phenomenal. You know what I mean? You said 30-17.
Yeah,
bro, that offense on that defense. I think Lane Kiffin might throw 40 on that team. Lane Kiffin might throw 40 on that team. I mean, look, I know Venables is a defensive coach, but dude, he might throw 40. I mean, I'm not going to say he is, but he might. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to go 38-10, bro.
38-10.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss waxes them, especially after what Georgia did to them when they were literally like tasting victory because they have done everything in their power. They scored on the first 5 drives.
Yeah,
they didn't see a stop until the fourth quarter.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if you're doing that to Kirby Smart's defense, Yeah. What'd I say? 38-10. Yeah.
38-10. Yeah.
38-10 Ole Miss, man. I give Ole Miss the route.
Okay.
Which I know will make you happy because you don't like anything at Oklahoma.
I mean, I picked Oklahoma to win a couple of games before, just not this one. Or anytime they play us.
Oh, okay. So my turn, huh?
Yep.
Let's go. Where was that one game I wanted to see? I kept looking at it and I was like, man, maybe. I think it's this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? Oh, yeah. This one right here. I just lost it. I can't find who they're playing. Illinois and Washington.
Who?
Illinois and Washington.
Illinois, Washington. Okay, gotcha.
Hey, does everybody want to meet my dog?
Which one?
It's Luna.
Is Luna?
Hey, Luna. Look at the camera. You're on the camera. See there? Yeah.
All right. Georgia ain't jealous because she ain't getting fair time.
Dude, she doesn't like anything camera. She doesn't like anything at all. She likes to lay down. Okay. So Illinois, Washington. Illinois has had some ups and downs this season. And I mean, so has Washington. But man, here lately, that Washington team's been looking good. I'm gonna go Washington with this one. I think they have enough offense and enough defense to take care of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think it's gonna be close, especially with them playing in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Washington. I'll go Washington 27-23.
27-23. There's a good score. I was actually thinking about going in that direction myself. You said 27-23, right?
Yeah.
All right. I have Washington winning as well. Illinois, their offense can sputter against teams that are.
I'm listening. I just gotta.
You're good. They sputter against teams that have been, I mean, that are pretty good actually. We know they only scored 10 points in that blowout they suffered at the hands of Indiana, and against Ohio State, who may have one of the best defenses in the country. They got 16 points there. I'm not saying Washington is on that level of defense, but I do think if Illinois can't find a way to make some big plays, they could be in some trouble there. If they are forced to have a drive where they have to go 10, 11 plays, I don't think that bodes well for them. So I'm with you too. I think Washington wins, and I think Washington might win. Well, I think they win by a touchdown. 24-17.
Okay.
And now this is my final game. Let's go with. I'm gonna go over to the Big 12 and look at BYU. No. We won't go there. Let's go
there.
Let's go. let's go. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll go to BYU and Iowa State. So this one is a little.
I was telling you not to go there because I was.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was like, don't go there. Don't go there. Oh, I was gonna go there.
No, this one's gonna be interesting because playing up there in Ames, the Iowa State is coming off of a bye week, and this is kind of their last stand because they've had 2 straight losses. Cincinnati got them, and they lost at Colorado as well. With this game being in Ames, though, I think this can be a little bit of a trap for BYU. BYU is coming off of this emotional win that we had talked about over Utah, the Holy War, and
that they shouldn't have won.
I'm glad they did. And so, for selfish reasons, with
only because of your graphic. That's the only reason why you're glad they won. Other than that, I mean, that's the reason why I'm pissed they lost. They won.
Selfish reasons. So
I'm mad at them because selfish reasons.
So with Iowa State being at home, I am being rested. BYU coming off this game, I think this is a dangerous game for BYU, and I think Iowa State can actually pull this one out. So I'm gonna go Iowa State by the score of, I think this could be like something crazy, 29-26.
Yeah, that is quite a little crazy.
29-26. Iowa State winning this game in Ames.
Well, like you said, emotional win. I think. Look, with them playing at home, talking about Iowa State, with them playing at home, I'm fully aware that they can definitely win that game. But when I look at that BYU team, even when I picked Utah to win that game, I was like, that BYU team is legit. They really are. I think they go in Ames and win. I think BYU definitely has the ability, and I know they're coming off that bye week. I know Iowa State's coming off that bye week, but a win over Utah, the way they won, man, has so much momentum, so much carryover, and as long as that BYU defense can travel, I don't see why BYU can't win that game. I'm gonna go BYU. And I'm gonna go. What'd you go? What was your score?
29-26.
I'm gonna go BYU 31-27.
All right, 31-27 for BYU. And look, I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if BYU won this game, man. I think
Iowa State. I mean, like you said, last stand. This is it. Like, if they don't put something in and win this game and force that BYU team into one-dimensional, I just don't think Iowa State has the ability and the manpower to push that BYU team into a one-dimensional. Like Utah, I felt Utah could do that. I don't think Iowa State can. But, obviously I was proven wrong because Utah couldn't do it either. BYU stuck to their game plan. They ran the ball. They passed the ball. They did very complimentary football. And look at what happened. You know what I mean? I don't think that changes just because of Iowa State. So, but don't get me wrong. That is the one team I think that could beat them. Those two teams. But Utah showed that they couldn't. So,
what's your final game?
I am going to, because I did not do anything SEC. I'm going to go back to the SEC, and I know that's probably way more games than we normally pick. Normally we only pick 2, right? Well, I'm going to go back because we're going to.
Yeah, I mean it's 3. I mean between 2 or 3.
I'm going to go here: Texas A&M and LSU.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to stay out of the SEC with 2 or 3 games. You know what I mean? Because at this point of the season, it's all ranked games.
Right.
10 of them. Look, SEC got 10 teams in ranked positions. And do you realize, I just want to put this out there, do you realize that there's 16 teams in the South that is ranked in the top 25? Just saying.
Yes.
Aaron, you do not want that to happen. Don't want that to happen.
Northwestern and Georgia.
You know,
They got a good game coming up in Nebraska
yeah.
that I was looking at as well. So, hey, Northwestern can win that game too.
Yeah,
They might say,
I would kind of probably point Northwestern to win that game.
me too, man. They might send Matt Rule packing if
Dude, that would be their nickname. Hey, Northwestern makes everybody fire their coaches.
Good to see you come in, Aaron.
Only if all of our team gets arrested.
Yes.
Get them Hellcats out there.
Well, what you got with A&M and LSU?
So Texas A&M going into Baton Rouge, Death Valley. I think this is going to be a close game. LSU's coach, Kelly. Dude, this might be another one that's going to be on the hot.
Yeah.
You know.
People ain't really caring about buyouts these days. So
no, they're like, you know what? I'm out. Get them out of here. Dude, Northwestern and Texas A&M, they might have something in common. They just might. Because Brian Kelly might get fired after this game. They might. Look, Texas. It's what time do they play?
Oh, it's the late game.
It's the late game. Ooh.
Night game in Death Valley, yeah.
Yeah, night game in Death Valley. I didn't think about that. I don't really think I care. Texas A&M, baby. Texas A&M, 30-20.
30-20 A&M, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there because I just don't think LSU is that good. So they're uneven, man, and the offense. Garrett Nussmeier, I mean, he's just not that dude. I know a lot of people want to look at him like he's this top prospect. I just don't see that in him. He misses too many throws, and he throws into coverage a lot. Now, this game against let me see, Aaron's talking about.
Yes, Aaron, I did. I think it was 22 carries for 522 yards. I mean, don't hold me to that, but I thought it was 22 carries for 522 yards.
Hey, that reminds me. So ever since I did watch the documentary you did, Aaron, I've been getting the D3 quick reviews. I didn't see that this week. Now I'm gonna have to look for it.
Oh, it was 20. Okay.
And so
I thought he did it on 22, but he might have had like a couple of receiving things, I guess.
I need to look for my D3 review because I've been getting the D3 review every week since I had looked at the documentary Aaron and his friend put out. Yep. I'm gonna have to see if it points that out with Monty Curry. I'm looking for that. But I'm with you with A&M, man. I just think A&M's a better team right now, and LSU's offense continues to sputter. The defense might do enough to keep them in it, but I just don't think Nussmeier and that offense is going to make enough plays. So I think this will be somewhere along the lines of 24-14. A&M.
I like that score.
Yeah, because I think the defenses will kind of control this game unless you have some sort of a special teams touchdown that happens or a pick six. But I just think A&M solid, man, all around. So I think, night game, Baton Rouge. Normally I would probably pick LSU here. I just don't think LSU's team is good.
Yeah.
So 24-14 is what I'm going for with A&M, and that will conclude our pick six, our college football pick'em challenge for this week. And so we'll see if I can get another perfect score. And
God, your head. Oh my God! Get one perfect score, and you're like, I can do that again. You're like a crack fiend.
So
You
I'll
got
tell
all
you,
that dopamine that came in off of a perfect freaking score 1 week, and you picked the right score on one game. Now it's like, oh,
I will give you a little bit of what I was thinking. If you think this is bad, what I was going to do is I was going to reach out to you on Sunday. Hey, I'm going to invite you to watch the 22-minute mark of last week's webcast where I said the final score, and then you look for that Utah BYU final score. But I didn't do that. I just said I wait for the
well,
so no, but we'll see how everything goes. But look, even with that, man, I'm still down in the whole thing. So I mean, it took that just to get me back in the race.
I promise you, man. After I saw those scores and I saw BYU, because I don't go back and listen. I mean, dude, to be honest with you, you could cheat me right out of this, and I'd be like, okay. Because I don't get to go back and watch all of the shows. I do try to go back and see who I picked because a lot of times I forget. I do try to go back and see who I picked and stuff like that. But yeah, no, you could tell me that you got 6 of them. I mean, well, I guess if you go that far, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen.
You're right.
But if you told me, yo, dog, I went 6-0 and I got 6 perfect scores, and I'd be like,
no, you didn't.
all right. No, you didn't. Hold on. 5 maybe. I'm giving you 6.
It took a perfect score just to get me back into this thing. Dude.
Yeah, I was running away with it. And I can tell you right now. Yeah, I was like, man, if we only luckily for you, we agreed on 5 out of those 6 games. Good dog.
Well, before we head on over to the NFL, man, you had mentioned Billy Napier getting fired from Florida.
Oh,
and it and this is the timing of this particular hire is a little weird. They're coming off of a win. I know Mississippi State isn't among the best teams in the SEC, but they're good. I mean, Mississippi State.
You put them in any other conference, they're up there.
Yeah, they can make some noise in any other conference. But Florida wins this game 23-21. They got an interception by a big defensive lineman to put it away. And
I get that.
I know that dude was like 6'4", 350. And yeah, Aaron, you're right.
You're right. Yes, absolutely.
And playoff hopes is done. So I guess I can understand somebody saying, "Hey, just go ahead, pull the Band-Aid off." And
if they were going to do that, then they should have done it when they were like 2. You wait until after they win a game.
Aaron says, "Give me Florida in the Big Ten road game in November, 11 a.m. kickoff." Aaron, you understand that you have some Big Ten love there. Got it. And it might be a little bit chilly for Florida going up there. I get it.
Florida ain't going up there.
But man, look, in the SEC, man, like, all right, so this was Napier's 4th year. And it appeared like, I don't know, for me, looking at teams and when and why they make these moves, you want to see if the players are playing hard for them and they're still scrapping for them. And I think Florida was still scrapping for them. I mean, they had a win over us. I mean, kind of throttled us that day in the swamp. Then they come back, they lose to A&M. That game was actually pretty close until A&M pulled away in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that game was a lot closer than what the score.
Yeah, than what the score indicated. And so, I mean, I don't know, like, what's your feelings about this hiring here?
Dude, to me, I don't agree with it. Napier he's had a rough go at Florida, and I get that. But man, I think this is the one that I just don't agree with.
Aaron, you leave Graham Mertz out of this, all right? You leave him out of this because he did transfer down to Florida, and I was wondering why the hell Florida picked him up. But
yeah. But I will say this, and we can move on. I don't agree with the firing. I think Napier should have had maybe one more season to see what he could do. I do kind of feel with that, but I will say this: what's done is done. They fired him. Nothing we can say or do about it. I will say this though: Florida needs to make 2 phone calls before they go for Lane Kiffin. That's all I'm saying. Make 2 phone calls. Call Nick Saban. Call Urban Meyer. Now, look, I get it. They're probably not going to say no. But just throw it out there and see. Just throw it out there and see. Just see what they say. Because Nick Saban might go, that might be fun. You know what I mean? Just saying. Yeah, make 2 phone calls before you pitch the $360 million you're going to throw it at Lane Kiffin. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that.
It's tough. It's like in the SEC, and I know. I mean, coaches. I mean, they get ran pretty easily now. If those results weren't exactly what they were looking for, but man, in the SEC. Well, hold on. Does one of the calls include a call to JG Whitworth, 877 coach? Now, yes, Aaron. Yes, yes, it does.
Okay, so make 3 phone calls. Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, then JG Whitworth. All right. if all 3 of those say no, then throw your $360 million at Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin is pretty happy in Ole Miss, and I think they just gave him an extension. Now, we know that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
That don't mean anything in the SEC, dude. I mean, look, I told you after, well, I say after, but damn, DeBoer seems to be doing his thing. I was like, that dude's going to be gone after 3 years. Well, here we are at 2, and he's still kicking ass. And I'm going to say,
it just takes a little bit, man, sometimes. And where Florida was at when Napier took that job, that the program was not in a good spot. And it was to the point where it needed a little bit of work.
They needed a lot of work.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. Like, if you're going to fire them, that's always the question. Who are you bringing in? Now, the one thing you do know whenever you are talking about Florida is you're going to have bunches of resources. You're in one of the most talent-rich states in all of the land.
Yep.
So you have very fertile recruiting grounds that you can get that you
wide receivers.
So
they come by the bunches down here.
So it'll be it's a good gig. Like whoever gets it next, they will have a lot of resources. The main thing you have to see is, can you finally get over that hump? You mean that the rivalries that Florida have, the chief rivals that they have is in the SEC is Georgia and Tennessee. And both of these teams have been pretty successful. Of course,
I started feeling really good about that Georgia-Florida game now.
Yes, yeah.
You're gone. I feel a lot better about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I still got to worry about Georgia Tech, but it's many more weeks down the road. Our next game is Florida, and they just fired their head coach. So and we got a bye week, so we get to laugh and carry on before we have to play against a Florida team that has no head coach.
So with that though, so we'll go on into the NFL. And Patrick, before we get to some of these games from last week, are the Indianapolis Colts viable, like Super Bowl contenders now? I mean, they're sitting at 6-1, best record in the NFL since Tampa Bay lost to Detroit.
Oh, they threw 17 up on the Chargers in the second quarter and 15 in the third.
Yeah, I mean, that game got out of hand in a hurry.
That game was out of hand at the half.
And the Colts, but I mean, looking at the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, the running back, I mean, he had 3 touchdowns I think, against the Chargers.
Yep.
So that is 10 touchdowns already for the season. And he's leading the league in rushing as well. Daniel Jones is playing very efficient at QB. Just think about this with the Colts. You remember there was like a QB controversy because the Colts wanted to, they want Anthony Richardson to take that spot. But since he can't complete a forward pass, they really didn't have a choice but to go to Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones is playing very efficient football. That offense looks machine-like. And the defense, they're making plays, they're getting sacks, they're getting turnovers, so they have a bend but don't break type of defense. But when they have to make those plays, they are making them. So in a year when we talked about last week, where there's no dominant team in the NFL, it seems pretty wide open. Could the Colts be that team, Patrick?
Colts could be that team, man. They play so efficiently, man. I was watching a little bit of that game, and I watched the first half, and man, it was just like they scored on 3 of their 4 drives that I saw.
Hey, speaking of that game, Patrick, what about them Chargers jerseys, man? Them things are bright.
I don't know if I liked it. I'm still on the side. I'm still on the fence with it. I don't know if I liked it as much as
them bad boys were bright.
Yeah,
it took us back to the color rush. They weren't bad, but they were bright.
They weren't bad, but they weren't like I don't know if they were good though either.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, I don't know. No, you're not Oregon. Stop.
Yeah. But no, man, the Colts, they look good, man. I gotta say.
Colts look really good. And another team that had a QB controversy was your 49ers, and Mac Jones is doing his thing.
Well, we might still have a QB controversy.
Well, it's funny because I'm sitting here watching the Falcons, and I was watching that game, and I was like, okay. San Francisco's injured. Got a lot of people out. We should take advantage of this and win, right? We're going to let Buffalo come in. We're going to whip them. Okay? Didn't see that coming. I was like, okay. We're ready to play.
Sorry, Patrick.
And then we go to San Francisco and get whipped. And I was like,
see,
win the games that you should win. Lose the games you should lose. This is how football's played, right? But no, not my Falcons. We're going to go and beat Buffalo. We'll beat Baltimore. We'll beat Indianapolis. Hell, at this point, who'd y'all lose to? Giants, Cowboys, Jets. What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Patrick, look, the 49ers.
I will say this: the 49ers.
We were born to.
I will give you that. What I'm saying is the 49ers are so injured. We should have won that game. We're not. We're not. We have every look. The only person that was not playing was our one wide receiver. I can't think of his name right now. One. But no, London catch it. Dude, he caught 2 one-handed passes. The dude has not had any drop passes all season. He caught a one. Dude, how do you reach back? Give me that.
Well, I'll say this. We contained Bijan Robinson.
Y'all did. Y'all had a real. I will say that y'all had an excellent game plan for Robinson, and you had an excellent game plan for Penix. And I will say that you took those 2 out of that equation and forced Penix to have to throw everything. I give y'all that. And to be honest with you, that's probably the best strategy y'all could have brought to that game. And then Mac Jones just took care of the ball. So no, I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you y'all didn't deserve to win. Y'all did. I mean, y'all brought an excellent game plan and put everything right in front of it. We could not execute anything, and it's primarily because that defense at San Francisco just has a better defense. So I mean,
and we're playing a bunch of young people, like you mentioned. I mean, Nick Bosa's out for the year. Fred Warner is out for the year. And, man, Robert Saleh, our defensive coordinator, of course, he was the coach for the Jets before coming back to be the defensive coordinator. Just put together a good game plan, and I loved it, man, seeing all those young dudes just flying around and
playing well.
Yeah.
And I don't think y'all had a penalty until almost the third quarter.
We played a clean game.
Y'all played clean. And that's not normal for y'all either. Y'all normally are not heavily penalized, but you do shoot yourself in the foot. And y'all didn't shoot yourself in the foot at all. And I was like, okay, all right, it's all right. They'll shoot themselves right here in just a minute. Never happened. I was like, of course, not against the Falcons. Never. And then and now I'm going to move on. Like we can rant about that all day. Right when you think this team is like legit and they're ready, then they go and lose at home to the Rams, who just smoked them.
The
Jags, man, I was like, man, we're high on the Jags right now, and then they got whipped.
Jacksonville right now looks like a team that beating the Chiefs on that Monday night game was their Super Bowl, and they just haven't shown up since. Yeah,
checked out after that.
They have not shown up since, and Jacksonville still has some work because it's one of those things. How do you handle success?
Yeah,
and
they ain't handling it well.
No, not
like the Bears are. The Bears are handling their success pretty well.
And to give the Bears some credit, sitting there at 4-2. And they're playing good complementary football too. Caleb Williams, he's not turning the ball over, making the throws when they have to have them, but they're running the ball well. DeAndre Swift has been running the ball really well for them.
Shout out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, another Georgia Bulldog. I get it. And so, but the defense has been playing. The defense has been playing good too. So the Bears are sitting at 4-2, and they're right there with the Lions and the Packers on top of that division. And Minnesota, they're not a scrub team. They have three. I mean, the NFC North is going to be it's going to be a tough division.
Yeah.
And then there was one more game that I was sitting here.
Cowboys, Commanders.
Nah, because the Cowboys, I mean, their offense is clicking, but I mean, they're gonna run up against some other teams, and then Dak Prescott's gonna have that same lost face that he does when he plays a good defense. It could happen this week, as a matter of fact, when they play Denver. No, it was the Steelers and Bengals. Joe Flacco
beat him.
Joe Flacco turning back the clock. And look, when you have, who do we have seen get traded before November 4th? You know, I'm gonna have to look at that a little bit closely. Aaron, good question. But I mean, if I am one of these teams, I'll say this. If I am someone like the Broncos or maybe even the Colts,
Somebody that's 5-1 or 5-2, 6-1.
Yeah, I would look at doing something, because this year might be the year where you can win it, because there isn't that team that is standing out. All those teams that we were talking about. Okay, well, all right. I'll hold off on saying this about the Chiefs, because the Chiefs might be rounding in the form.
Yeah, they might be.
But
that's Mahomes, dude. That no look pass.
Yeah, they might be rounding in the form.
Bring back 6 years ago, Patrick Mahomes, when he's diving and throwing and kicking and scrapping and throwing and hook shots and Steph Curry in the ball. whatever he's doing. I'm like, and then he goes, Dom.
the boogeymen of the AFC might be rounding into form. But those other teams like Baltimore, like Buffalo in the NFC. Yeah, in the NFC. Detroit's still good.
Detroit's still good, but I can see them trying to make a move just to solidify some
DB help. Because their secondary is so beaten up right now, but they're still playing good. Like that game against Tampa Bay last night, they were still playing good.
Yeah, but didn't Evans go down again?
Yeah, man. Evans got a concussion and a broken collarbone on the same play.
I didn't hear about the collarbone.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone on.
I saw him laying on the floor, on the ground, but he didn't get up, and I was like, well, maybe concussion. I knew that because he did hit the ground pretty hard.
He did, yeah. Broken collarbone and concussion on the same play.
I didn't see the collarbone thing.
So they said he's going to be gone most of the season.
Coming back to the next season. It's a broken collarbone. Come on.
Yeah. Man, and he just came back. He just came back from missing 3 games with the hamstring. Yeah,
he literally he went out there for exercise. That's all he did and broke his collarbone.
Jeez, I mean, just tough for that receiving room in Tampa.
Yeah.
But if you are like Tampa Bay, do you make a move, try to get a receiver, or try to do something to solidify something?
You have to, because you can't waste that. You can't waste Baker Mayfield doing nothing. I mean, look, we talked about him resurrecting his career, right? We see that. I mean, he's done a great job in Tampa, but I mean, he ain't no Tom Brady.
Yeah, right.
He ain't no Tom Brady. He's making the best of what he's got, but Tampa's going to have to go and get some wide receivers. Just stay out of Atlanta. We need ours.
And real quick, man. So I saw the Tennessee Titans, they had fired their coach, Callahan. He's gone. And Tennessee, that's a house card. Them in Miami, man. Mike McDaniel about to go too. That is a house card. And Tua Tagovailoa, man, like he looks ready to retire. I mean,
he had one good pass in his entire career.
He looks ready.
He was in Alabama when he beat Georgia, and that's it. Not giving him anything else.
He looks ready to retire.
He's had more concussions than what's his name? Dan Marino?
I mean, yeah.
Dan Marino had like 40 concussions or something crazy like that.
You know what? All those quarterbacks back in the day, but Troy Aikman and Steve Young, man, they had a lot of concussions. And I mean, Tua, you
didn't see them falling all over the field when they got there.
And Tua, here's another thing with Tua too. You remember after the game against the I'd say leading the league in passing yards in one season is pretty good. Yeah, he led the league in passing yardage. This was back in 2023, but
whatever. He win a Super Bowl.
He's been all right, but even still, Aaron, look, right now, I get it. One season, yeah, but right now, he looks like he's ready to retire.
He does. Seriously, yeah, I think he should. I mean, he's got so many concussions. Like, he had one season where he had 3. You know,
Aaron's going to come
back. Don't start, Aaron.
But Aaron, Matt Ryan did win an MVP. So if you're going to talk about who was 1 year leading passing yardage, Matt Ryan got an MVP.
Aaron, take that.
I'm just saying, look, you know me, I'm an objective person. I'm just looking at it. I understand you're going to go with the Super Bowl, but hey, man, Matt Ryan was pretty damn good that 1 year.
Maybe. He didn't win no Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, that is true. No, he did not win a Super Bowl. You're right. So,
as a matter of fact, we've been in the league for 54 years.
Aaron said you can't compare, before his Matt Ryan comment, he said you can't compare concussion numbers when the 80s. They did say Don't care, Sally. You are good. That is true. They did just say rub some dirt on it and get back.
God. That's what my coaches used to tell me. I got hit in the throat with a baseball one time. You know what my coach told me? He pulled out his pen, clicked it, and said, "Put some dirt on it." And I was like,
Yeah.
like, and now I look back at that and I'm like, that was the worst coaching I've ever had in my life.
Hey, give them smelling salt. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, let's get
that soccer spray.
Yeah, the soccer spray.
I'm good to go, coach.
I'm like, wait a minute, this dude was getting carried out. Like, he's literally getting carried out. You sat him on the sideline, you threw some spray on his ankle. Yeah. Right.
Dude, every time we talk about that, I always think about the Key and Peele skit.
Yeah.
He does the flips. He's in heaven, and he goes, and then he turns around and runs back to the God, I love Key and Peele, man. I hated that show ended.
Nah, but yeah, Aaron, but your question about the trade deadline, I mean, that is pretty interesting because I think there are teams who can definitely make a move and put themselves really in front, like as a front runner, because this year does seem to be pretty wide open in terms of teams winning.
And let me mention this because the Panthers, look at how well the Panthers are doing all of a sudden. But here's the problem. Bryce Young went down.
Yeah.
We don't know what that's going to look like. So who's his backup quarterback?
Andy Dalton.
Okay, so Carolina might be looking for a quarterback. You know, I don't trust the ball with that dude. Nobody has. That's the reason why he hasn't started.
Well, Dalton, I mean, he's long removed from those days in Cincinnati where he was starting. And he put together some pretty good numbers in Cincinnati, but they just couldn't get past that wild card.
Yeah.
Hurdle. Back up for 1 or 2 games, depending. And Aaron said he wants someone to take Kyler Murray. So you're good. So Aaron is saying he is all in, at least for this year, with Jacoby Brissett. Because
hey, Kyler Murray might go to Carolina.
I think Murray. I do think his days in Arizona are about to come to an end. Brisket with Brissett. Yeah, I love it. He's cooking with.
I love a good brisket, dude.
Hey, I'm from Texas.
Okay, Aaron, here's where you mess up. When you start talking about food around people from Georgia, you really mess up because then that's a whole conversation right there. And the show is already about to end, and I got an hour's worth of more talk about food.
I'm from Texas, so I'm from the land of brisket. So
I love a good brisket, man.
Well, Patrick, before we get out, a few minutes on the Major League Baseball World Series. We got our matchup. So of course we made our predictions that they were all messed up on both sides. I mean, I had the Cubs and Red Sox in the World Series, and you had what, the Phillies?
The Phillies and Red Sox.
Yeah. So what?
I was trying to go for like really easy travel games. You know what I mean? But no, instead we're gonna get Toronto and LA.
Hey, before you go on, Aaron said at least he had that varsity, but varsity's delicious, yo.
I like varsity, man.
Yes. Hey, Aaron, you gotta tell me. So down in the South, you gotta let me know if you went to Crystal's and got like 20 burger sliders for $2. Crystal's.
No, Crystal's is so good. It is so bad.
Yeah, I know, right? And I know with Aaron, you being in the North, so I know White Castle's the thing up there, and White Castle is good too. I've had White Castle on a few occasions, but down south,
it's Crystals, and
yeah.
I think they named it Crystals because the way they make their sweet tea.
Oh yeah, I told you that story when I got some sweet tea out of Crystals in the ATL,
and then those crystal sugar, those sugar crystals in the bottom. Oh yeah, that's good. That's the best right there.
So
a couple of cavity or two. That's the reason why we made dentists.
So a couple of quick thoughts, because like you said, we're talking about food here. That would be a whole nother show. But with the Dodgers and Blue Jays, who do you have winning this?
God, man. as bad as I want to go Blue Jays, man, I do, but I don't see anybody beating the Dodgers, especially with like you said, the cheat code that the Dodgers have.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, man, and what he did in that game 4, phenomenal, man. He's like, you're just not going to see this kind of player ever again. I mean, we might see it one day, but this dude is he's the GOAT of today. Now, I have my own theory about GOATs, and I feel Nolan Ryan was the best baseball player. My favorite baseball player of all time is Ken Griffey Jr. So, but Shohei is really making a statement to be one of the best to ever play the game.
So you got Dodgers in how many games? And I read Aaron's comment about White Castle being hate yourself food.
I'm gonna go Dodgers, and I'll go Dodgers in 6. I think Toronto can get a couple of games, but it would not surprise me if Dodgers go in 5.
I'm with you too. Dodgers in 6. He said, I didn't go to that place. I wound up at a burger joint where I got to put bone marrow on my burger, and that was legit. You're so crazy.
What was the name of the place?
Yeah, you gotta tell me the name of the place.
16 different places that I can think of right now.
Where you can put bone marrow on your burger. Yeah. And so, that cheat code.
Our medium well and well done is totally different.
Yes. Aaron said he's gonna find it. That's what's up. So
a lot of people down south love their cows still mooing when they cut them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I got the Dodgers in 6-2. I mean, the Toronto thing is a good story, and I would like to see Toronto actually win it, but I just think the Dodgers team they're just a little bit better. Toronto's going to bring a lot of heart to it. I mean, and they have home field advantage. The series will start Friday night in Toronto, but I just think,
is Shohei pitching game 1?
I don't know. I believe it will be Blake Snell. Don't quote me on that, but that's
right. You're right. Dodgers are throwing out Blake Snell, and Toronto is still undecided.
Okay, yeah, because they used
because Toronto just won like last night.
Yeah, and they used all their arms. Like, they were all hands on deck. Like, I would say it would probably be Gossman, but they pitched him yesterday.
They pitched him so much yesterday. I don't know if he's going to start.
So
he needs rest. Maybe go game 2. I'd put him in game 2. But like you said, all hands on deck. There's no way they can't throw him out there if they're in at least game 1 or 2.
So Aaron says, before we wrap it up, he says it was called Farm Burger Grant Park. He said his Airbnb was right by Georgia Tech. Oh, you was by Georgia Tech. That's
dang.
Okay, Aaron, you
in the heart of Atlanta.
You was in the heart of the ATL. Okay.
Oh, the Decatur though.
Yeah, the Decatur. Yeah, Decatur could be a little bit rough.
Stay in Alpharetta and Kennesaw, up north of Atlanta. Go there.
Well, before we head on out,
you were right close to my hometown, dude.
Yeah, you up there.
With you being there, you were like an hour and 10 minutes from where I was born and raised, Dalton, Georgia. About 25-30 minutes south of Chattanooga. I was up there in the top left corner. So you weren't too far away from where I grew up, and dude, I played a lot of baseball in Atlanta, man. Played a lot of baseball there.
Well, Patrick, what's coming up for Bro Epic before we
okay, I'll make it quick because I know we're on borrowed time at this point. We are trying to wrap up our season 2. We didn't get to do any filming over the weekend because it rained every day, and I will say this: we did try to go out there a couple of times, and then it would rain, and then we'd pack everything up, and we kind of started heading back in, and then it would stop, and we was like, okay, well, let's get it in real quick, bring everything out, and it rained. I was like, just pack it up, I'm done. So we didn't get to do any filming this weekend and over the week. So we're going to try to finish up season 2. I'll find something to put out Wednesday. But season 2 should wrap up next week. And then we are putting the final touches on our Parents versus Kids kickball game and starting the conversation about our parents versus kids flag football game. And then I am going to probably start this week, start bringing back the Friday wrap-ups.
All right, cool. And Aaron, hey, appreciate it, man. Thanks. You know we're gonna be on the grind, and you keep coming with those documentaries too. So
yeah, man, you do those documentaries, dude, and because that was good. You should do a documentary. Hey, one day, one day you should do a documentary on us.
That day will be coming. It will be coming.
Yeah. So I mean, it'd be a short film, but you know, documentary.
Can we get it like a good mini series?
This is Charles. This is Patrick. Finn.
Yeah. So, Aaron, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks, man. And thanks for all the comments, dude. We love it. Just keep bringing it. Keep bringing it.
Yes, and we're here. Hey, also be on the lookout for the mystery show. Remember, we've been saying we're gonna start doing shows kind of random days, so just be on the lookout for those because those will start. I get the feeling pretty soon. So
yeah, I gotta think about that too.
So everybody take it easy, and that is what we are breathing on for this evening. Y'all make sure y'all visit the Bofa Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the Bofa Sports Facebook page. Everybody enjoy the games. They said the World Series is starting up on Friday. The NBA has started tonight as we're talking to you, and hockey is in session 2. So now, so yes,
didn't Marchand go to Boston today?
Yeah, they are playing. They did play each other today. And so everybody take care.
Ooh,
and
enjoy in the third.
And then enjoy the week, and we will talk to y'all later on this week on Shorty maybe, and also next week. See ya.
Go Dogs.